Hi everyone, this is Krone Kō B'a Jã of the International Coalition of Krones. Today's reading is related to a message I received from Spirit during a meditation. It is clear that today's reading is for the collective consciousness of humanity. I'm going to use a tarot deck today, but I'll be only using the major arcana cards. So for the people who are not familiar with tarot cards, major arcana cards represent life lessons, karmic influence, leading us hopefully to a place where we're going to evolve on our journey. They also represent major events in our lives with long-term effects. So today I'm going to use the Fountain Tarot. Okay, this is, to me, this is a wonderful deck. I like it because it's very much like the traditional Rider-Waite deck, but the pictures are very much modern. So you've got that modern twist to it. Okay, so let's get on with it and let's see what messages Spirit has for us. Here we go. So before I start reading the cards, I'm going to explain to you which spread I'm going to use. So it's going to be a 3-card spread. The first card represents the situation. The second card is more related to the action to take based on that situation. And the third card is about the potential outcome or the goal. Okay, so let me turn the cards over and let me have a look. Wow, yes. A very, very powerful messages for the collective here. Okay, the first card, which is in the situation position. So we are talking about a card describing where the collective consciousness of humanity is at now. Well, to me, it's the best card to actually describe the situation. It's the Tower. The Tower card. Now, the Tower is very powerful. I know most people don't want to have that card in a reading because we are talking about chaos, sudden change. There are sometimes revelations, quite shocking revelations going from that card. On the positive side, there is an aspect of liberation as well with the Tower. But the Tower is very much about, if you look at the picture, the fire is starting there. So the Tower is in fire. So you can imagine already inside the Tower, it's already crumbling. Okay. It's very much about the destruction of the old. So the old paradigm, if we are talking about the collective consciousness of humanity, old energies. Okay. Let's remind ourselves, a few weeks back, the collective consciousness of humanity entered a dark night of the soul. We are in the eye of the storm. That's the picture there. We are going through some unprecedented times with chaotic energies. We can feel sometimes fear, anger, uncertainty, confusion. The advice there, okay, it's a heavy energy to deal with, but let's face it, that's where we at as the collective consciousness of humanity. The advice there is to embrace the transformation and the change. I don't feel we're not there yet about the liberation. The liberation will come later, after we've gone through most of that process of purging and dismantling. But at the moment, we don't feel that sense of liberation. We're not there yet. But the day we're going to reach that level of liberation, I feel people will feel more hope and optimism. Okay. Now, the second card, as I mentioned to you, the second card is more about the action based on the situation. So, and again, to me, this is the perfect card. Temperance. Now, the Temperance card is about finding balance. It's about moderation. It's about patience. What I'm getting from that card is not only we are required to find balance during these chaotic times in order to be able to navigate through challenging energies and a challenging phase. But there is also a message for us as individuals to do the work to find that balance. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the picture, you see that man, he's got 2 cups and he's basically pouring water from one cup to the other. And this is a symbol of alchemy and the flow of life. So is trying to find that balance, that flow of life. It's almost like Spirit is telling me, each of us, we are alchemists. It's down to us to find that balance. There are 2 energies especially that are so important to find that kind of balance, is the water energy and the fire energy. Water energy is very much about healing and clearing. Fire energy is about destructions. Well, let's face it, the tower is very much about that. Transformation, but also creativity. So we are there basically asking us to find that balance, the blending of energies, but it's only down to us to do the work. And let's face it, we are part of the collective consciousness of humanity. So it is so important to do the work. I know at the moment I'm seeing a lot of people bickering and arguing and blaming each other. That's not going to help. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult to face certain situations, certain energies, certain patterns. We need to let go because they no longer serve us. But it's only down to us to do the work. There is no other way. There is also a message about, while this is happening, it is important to live in the flow and in the moment. That's why you've got the aspect of patience here. You can't rush it, okay? So find that balance, okay? Moderation and patience are the messages. Now, for the potential outcome, okay? So if I go back to the first and second card, that's why we act in the collective. Major purging, sudden change happening. And the best advice is to embrace that transformation, that change. This is the only way. We are in a situation now where the old paradigm has to go before the collective consciousness of humanity can create a new reality, okay? The only way that is going to happen is to find that balance, to be the alchemist. But as I mentioned, a lot is required from us. We need to do the work on an individual level. Now, the potential outcome, the card is beautiful. I've got 3 tarot decks, and this card is one of my favorite from that deck. The potential outcome or the goal is the Empress. Look at her. She's absolutely stunning. So basically what Spirit is telling us is, okay, it's a potential outcome. Nothing is set in stone here, okay? We don't know yet which way, which path the collective consciousness of humanity is going to take. So based on the advice from Spirit, to find that balance, based on healing, clearing, transformation, destruction, letting go of the old energy that no longer serves us. Unless we do that, we're not going to get the energy from the Empress here. We'll be still stuck in that old paradigm. But if we do, that's one of the best outcomes. Because the Empress represents, to me, the divine feminine energy. And let's face it, for the past few months, people have been talking about the rising of the divine feminine energy. So what does it mean? Now let's be clear about something first. Some people think that the divine feminine energy is related only to women. It's not. Every single person has within the divine feminine energy. If you do connect with it, we're talking about compassionate love, nurturing, compassion in general, non-judgmental. But the Empress represents as well nurturing. To me, the Empress is the mother. The mother. She doesn't judge. She loves regardless. There may be differences, but you know, if you look at this card, it's beautiful. Look at the green around her. To me, it represents the abundance. See, she's very much about abundance as well. And I know on that card, she's got like a beautiful quote. Sometimes the Empress is represented as pregnant because she's going to represent fertility. Okay, so she's birthing something new. And I sense, because the reading is for the collective consciousness of humanity, is the birthing, the potential birthing of a new reality. The other message I'm getting from the Empress is there is a need to work together, to cooperate, to work within a community, to help each other. Not being judgmental, having compassion and unconditional love. This is so, so important if we reach that stage. But let's face it, there is still a lot of work to be done. The other thing as well I forgot to mention, which is important, the Empress is very much connected to nature. So don't forget, whatever happens with the collective consciousness of humanity, there will be some consequences, and positive as hope for the future of this planet, for the collective consciousness of Earth. And she's very much, if you look at that picture, close to to nature. The Empress is the mother nature in some ways. Mother Gaia. It's a beautiful message. There is some hope and optimism here, but let's remind ourselves we're here at the moment. Okay? And let's not forget the collective consciousness of humanity took the decision to take that route. It's a difficult one, but we can deal with it. Remember to find that balance. We are the alchemists, okay? We can manage to play and having these energies to flow. The alchemy of life, the flow of life is to find that place, okay? But it's all about finding that balance, especially between water energy. Water and fire have been shown. Water is all about healing and clearing. And the fire is about destruction, transformation, but also creativity. And now that we've got the Empress energy, yes, creativity of a new reality. But we need to do the work. Right now is not the time for separation, more separation, hatred, anger. It is time to be responsible and do the work. So think about it. Think about on an individual level, what do you need to change in your life? I'm sure you've got something. You need to let go of some situations, energies, emotions, patterns. Not only that, if you do the work, it's going to help you personally. You'll feel better. You'll feel happier. Maybe like the Empress. But you're going to help the collective consciousness of humanity to do the same on a bigger scale and helping the shift to happen in order to create that new reality. I think that's it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope the messages resonated with you. Please follow this YouTube channel for notifications on new videos. If you haven't already, check out the videos on this YouTube channel of our bi-monthly chats. Be sure to find us on Facebook and like our page so you can stay up to date on upcoming chats and other events of interest. There is a link in the write-up on this video. Thank you for your loving support of this sacred work. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Gaishen.